All right, boys and girls, let's check this out and see if it works. This is Don with Adventures of the Broken Retired, coming with part two of building the deck over at this guy Steve's house. This part two of a turning point in my business, because this was a turning point in my business. Now, before I get started here, I got to do the spiel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the share button, and don't forget to hit the notifications bell so that when a new video comes out, you're made aware and you don't miss anything that you might want to see. So, and I really do appreciate everybody being here. Thank you very much. A couple of hours ago, 2-3 hours ago now, I started making this part two, and it got 2 or 3 minutes in, and the phone shut off because the storage was full, and it kind of got frustrating. I have a lot of other things I have to do today, so I really need to get to those, but I really wanted to see if I could solve this storage issue thing. Now, I think I have. If I haven't, this phone will cut off midway through the recording, and I'll make a part number 3, I guess is the way to do it. So if I just all of a sudden stop, you'll know why. And then we'll go to a part 3. But, so I was over at this guy's house. I'd gotten the other deck out, and I was putting the new deck in, and I shot myself holding 2 boards together, and the nail was longer than the board, and shot myself in the finger and bled everywhere. You know, I bled all over the place, and it was really incredible to me to come back there. I was afraid. I was too tired to clean up the mess, man. I'd been there all day. And I was kind of afraid when Steve came home, he would see that mess and get mad at me, you know, for bleeding all over his carport, or get worried that I cut a finger off or something. But it was gone. It was incredible. Anyhow, so we continue on, and let me correct myself on something. I said there was a tree coming up through the deck that was about 2 feet in diameter. I might, there's a small chance that I might have gotten that wrong. It might have been closer to a foot. But it's a fishing story. Anyhow, so that tree was closer to a foot. But either way, the tree came out, the deck came out, I'm rebuilding it back up, I'm putting it back together, I'm working by myself, I'm getting after it. It was in the summertime, it was hot, and I'm working away, you know, just getting things done. And a guy comes walking up underneath the carport. Now, the pool's in the backyard. I'm sorry, the deck is in the backyard between the house and the pool. But there's a pool in the backyard, so the backyard is completely fenced in, and there's one little walkway that goes out to the carport, which means that everything that I took out of there, the tree, the deck, everything that I took out of there, and everything that I had to bring in, all had to come through that one little walkway. I think it was about, probably, it was just like a lattice gate, probably 3 feet wide. Anyhow, so I'm back there working away. This is where the turning point came in for my business. I'm sitting back there working away, and this guy walks up. And he said, "Hey, how you doing?" And I said, "Hey." And he said, "You must be Don." You know, yes, sir. As a matter of fact, I am. Oh, hang on. All that talking, man. I'm so glad I have that pause button just to cut that part out. Anyway, so yeah, I'm Don. And he says, "Okay, my name is Jeff. And this is," he introduced the woman that was with him. And he said, "Looks like you're coming along here with this." I said, "Yes, sir, I think so." You know, we had a little small talk, right? A little small talk talking. And he said, "Look," he said, "I'm a realtor with," I'm not going to say the name of the company because I don't have permission to do so, so it was a realtor company. He said, we're the realtor company. And this is interesting what he said. He said, "We've been watching you for about a year now, and we like the work you do, and we like the way you do business. Would you do some work? Would you mind doing some work for us?" I had no idea that someone was watching me run my business or paying attention to what I was doing. I had no idea of that. Now, I had done some jobs for some other realtors, and I don't know, maybe the word got around, but he said that they'd been watching me for about a year, and he liked the work that I did, and he liked the way I did business and what I consider doing some work for them. Ding ding, yeah. I can't do anything until I get this deck done, but yeah. So, come to find out that I had been recommended to Steve, the guy with the deck, by this guy, Jeff. And it was kind of sort of a test of my skills and integrity, shall we say. The deck did need to be replaced. There was no question about that. The house was for sale. No question about that. The house was big. And I say it was huge, you know, but by my standards, it was huge. It was, if I recall correctly, it was somewhere between about 54 and 6,000 square feet. And dude lived there by himself. And it had the swimming pool and all that. Anyhow, so that became a turning point in my business as far as for the work that started coming in. After that deck was finished and it was cleaned up, done 100% ready to go, it had to be done by Monday morning. It was done by Monday morning. My tools were out of there. I'd blown all the sawdust away, all the old materials, all the tear out material, everything. It was done, 100% completed by the Monday morning. And after that, a whole bunch of work started coming into me through this guy, Jeff. And he had other realtors within his companies. Come to find out, they had 6 or 8, I guess, maybe more than that worked for them. And it went very, very well. They were, you know, sometimes you get asked to do things. Customers will ask you to do it because they're selling a house and so they don't care. You know, well, I don't want to fix it. I just want to cover it up. Well, I would never do that because everything that I do has my name on it. Everything that I do is Don's work. Who did that? Don did it. So I ain't playing that. I ain't playing that game of don't fix it, just make it work. And there was some customers, and there were a lot of realtors that asked me to do it. But this company that I'm referring to, the one that was involved with Jeff, never asked me to do that. They had integrity. They had morals. They had not only the best for the seller in mind, but they had the best for the buyer in mind as well. And I thought that was really, really good. There was some other, they also managed, by the way, they had anywhere, and they still do, have anywhere between probably 375 and 450 properties that they manage. And I worked on all of them, doing pretty much anything that needed to be done. And if it didn't know how to do it, I'd figure it out and then do it. I had some companies, property management companies were the worst at this. They would get tenants in there that they didn't really care about, which disgusted me, and I refused to work for several property management companies because of their attitude that way, because we are all human. I don't care what language you speak. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care about any of that crap, okay? We're all human. We should all treat each other as if we're human. There's no two ways around that. Sometimes they would want me to do things that were just disgusting, and I would just, no, I'm not doing that. I don't care. You can't pay me enough money, you know, to do that. Hole in the roof makes the ceiling in the pantry collapse. They want to fix the ceiling in the pantry, but they're going to fix the roof later. Well, you can't do that because The roof is going to continue to leak. The pantry is typically closed. The whole thing gets wet and nasty and horrible inside. And if it comes to the point to where the ceiling collapses, you know it's getting nasty inside. No, I'm not doing it. You fix the roof, I'll come back and fix the pantry and the ceiling. Anyway, working with the company that Jeff brought to me was really good. I ended up being real good friends with a lot of people that work there. We all got along very, very well. We all had the same kind of moral standards, and those people were very, very good to me. I am officially, I filed for retirement August 1st. I was going to wait till the end of the year, but my back is just killing me. So anyway, and I'm going to go Monday, and I'm going to go down to the Secretary of State's office Monday and officially close my business. The retirement's been approved, so I'm going to officially close the business. And I'm going to miss those guys. I hope to stay in touch. I've already had the conversation with them, let them know that I was going away, or that I was retiring. We had a wonderful conversation. The level of respect we have for each other is real big, and I really am glad that he walked in there that day and introduced himself to me. I'm glad the whole situation with Steve's deck came up, even though it did. It was a hard job to complete in the amount of time I was given, and shoot myself in the finger with a nail gun was no fun, but it is what it is. All right, boys and girls, well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hopefully I can download it. The camera didn't cut off, so maybe I did fix my stuff. I'm into it for 12 minutes. I got to go. Thank you very much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that when the new videos come out, you'll be made aware. You can see them. You don't miss anything. Let's see if Elmer can take us out of here. Take us out of here, Elmer. Take us out of here, Elmer.